From Heartbreak to Phoenix, Rehan's story of resilience. Rehan, a brilliant computer science student at Dhaka University, faced the biggest setback of his life at 25. His long-term girlfriend, with whom he'd built dreams of the future, left him. Rehan's world seemed to crumble in an instant. Studies, work, even his daily routine felt meaningless. The heartbreak was so devastating that staying normal seemed an impossible task. But Rehan wasn't one to give up. In a corner of his mind, where coding and algorithms usually played, a new calculation began.
The call of history and a new chapter. Rehan's family roots ran deep. His grandfather was a renowned archaeologist who specialized in the history of ancient Bengal and the Sultanate period. His grandfather's stories of hidden treasures, ancient manuscripts, and lost civilizations always captivated Rehan. When he retreated into himself after the heartbreak, history became his sole companion. He'd spend hours immersed in his grandfather's library, losing himself in the scent of old books and the pages of the past.
One night, while sifting through his grandfather's old diary, Rehan stumbled upon a startling piece of information. It read, "The secret formula of lost muslin, the greatest glory of Bengal, is hidden in an ancient manuscript preserved in a secret chamber from the Mule era." Rehan was taken aback. Muslin, the fabric revered even in the Mule Emperor's courts, whose weaving technique was a mystery.
This discovery brought a new vibrancy to Rehan's dormant life. His despair slowly transformed into an intense desire for exploration. He realized that this quest would help him rediscover his inner strength. Hacking, more than code, a life philosophy. Rehan had an unusual fascination with computers since childhood. He didn't just write code, he loved to ponder the logic behind it and the vulnerabilities within systems. He moved freely in the world of cybersecurity. He knew the dark side of black hat hacking, but his primary interest was in white hat hacking, securing systems, finding vulnerabilities. His brain was an extraordinary processor. When he pondered a problem, his neurons seemed to compete with each other, racing to find solutions. This special ability became even sharper after his heartbreak. His brain seemed to ignore his pain and became even more efficient. After finding the mention of the muslin secret formula in his grandfather's diary, Rehan realized that to understand this history, he needed to think beyond the digital world. But to find that manuscript, his cyber skills would be crucial. He knew that much ancient information had been digitized, or its whereabouts could be found through digital means.
Digital archaeology and the synthesis of hacking. Rehan sat down with his laptop. He began scouring digital libraries of various countries, online museum archives, and even some dark web forums where discussions about rare historical documents took place. His hacking skills came in handy here. He was able to access some encrypted archives that weren't readily available to the general user. After a week of continuous searching, he found an encrypted file in the digital archives of a Swedish university. The file was named m-text-7b-dg.enc. Rehan's intuition told him this was the desired manuscript, but opening the file required a strong encryption password. This is where Rehan's brain faced its real test. The historical information he'd been delving into for the past few days swirled in his mind. The names of Mule emperors, the history of muslin, important figures of that era. Even some obscure facts. He began to piece everything together. He mentally created various combinations. At one point, he thought of Mumtaz, the beloved wife of the Mule Emperor Shah Jahan, and her connection to muslin. He formed a password by combining Mumtaz's name with some numbers and dates of significant events from that period.
On his first attempt, the file opened. Rehan saw that the file contained the complete process of ancient Bengali muslin weaving, from the type of thread to the use of specific chemicals, all in detail. It wasn't just a text file. It was a complete hand-drawn design with explanations. This discovery brought a strange peace to Rehan's mind. From heartbreak, a phoenix rises, this discovery taught Rehan to live again. He realized that every setback in life makes him stronger. The heartbreak taught him to control his emotions, to use his intelligence to discover something new. He didn't just unravel a historical mystery, he discovered a new self within him. Rehan then began researching the ancient muslin technique. He connected with traditional muslin weavers in Bangladesh, sharing his discovery with them. Through his efforts, the lost muslin began to breathe new life. From this experience, Rehan learned that the human mind is a strange thing. When it faces difficult situations, it either breaks or becomes stronger. Rehan belonged to the latter group. His heartbreak didn't destroy him. Instead, it taught him to rise from the ashes like a phoenix and live anew. His hacking skills, his historical knowledge, and his indomitable will helped him navigate the difficult situation of heartbreak and set everything right as he moved forward. He is now not just a coder but a digital archaeologist and, most importantly, a survivor.